For now, we begin with Shalom Aleichem on page number 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi melech, malachei amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, malachei shalom, malachei elyon, mi melech, malachei amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Turning to page number 9 on the English side in the left margin. And then in a moment we'll continue with the service, and we do have song sheets as a reminder for those who just walked in. We have song sheets on the root table. For now, looking at the poem in the upper left corner of the margin of page number 9, a poem from one of the most famous modern Israeli poets, Yehuda Amichai, Footprints. Together. Footprints of birds in the sand by the sea, like someone's handwriting in a note to remember things, names, numbers, and places. Footprints of birds in the sands at nighttime still remain at daytime, but he didn't see the birds who made them. God's like that. God's like that. The first two stanzas on page number 10. Yedi nefesh avarachaman mishochavdach el ritzonach yarotzavdach kimo ayal yishtachaveh mohadarach ki yerav lo yedidutach mino fetzuf v'chol tam hadur na'em ziv olam nafshi cholat avatoch ana elna refana Allah beharot lam noam zivach az titchazek v'titrapeh v'hayatalach shivchat olam yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai dai yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai dai yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai 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 yadadai dai yada-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai, 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 yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Come on, folks, we need to sing. I just translated the first three words of an ancient psalm. It's on page number 11. It's Luchun Ranana. Come on, we need to sing. That's literally what it means. Come on, we need to sing. It's the top of page 11, and we have the transliteration on the facing page in the red ink. Lechun eranena, lechun eranena, lechun eranena, ladonai. Lechun eranena, lechun eranena, lechun eranena, ladonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, nekadma fana bitoda. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, vizmira naria lo. Lechun eranena, lechun eranena, lechun eranena, ladonai. Lechun eranena, lechun eranena, lechun eranena, ladonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, nekadma fana bitoda. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmiro naria lo. The first three English stanzas on page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands form the earth's deep. Mountain crests too are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai, who formed us. Concluding on page number 12. Arbaim shana kut v'tor v'omaram toei levavem v'hem lo yidu drachai asher nishpati v'api im yavon el menuchati. On page number 16, the English side. Page 16, the English side. Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow before God. Zion hears of it and rejoices. The cities of Judah exult as you, Adonai, pass judgment. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine. Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the lives of the faithful, saving them from the hands of the sinful. Light is sown for the righteous, and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. The end of this stanza, it refers to the people. But the second stanza from the top refers to the country. Without a country, where would we be? But if only a country without people, what would we be? I have to say hello. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Hi. Hi, Judy. Good to see you again. So the psalm here is teaching us a lesson on page number 16. That if we don't have a home, who are we? And if the home is empty, what are we? The home has to be filled with confidence, with joy, and with purpose. And with that, we turn to the first song sheet for the evening. And this one is entitled Yeh Shalom by Rick Recht. This is a contemporary piece, and the words here are presented in the transliteration, and translation of this piece is here before us on the bottom of the page, and the words are not too difficult. The first term is kshe'anachnu, which means when we are. kshe'anachnu shomim echad et hasheni, kshe'anachnu mevinim echad et hasheni, kshe'anachnu ohovim echad et hasheni, kshe'anachnu yeh shalom ba'olam, when we understand each other and when we listen to each other, there'll be peace in the world. From her correct, yeh shalom.
כשאנחנו שומעים אחד את השני, כשאנחנו מבינים אחד את השני, כשאנחנו אוהבים אחד את השני, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום בעולם, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, כשאנחנו מאמינים אחד בשני, כשאנחנו עובדים אחד עם השני, כשאנחנו לומדים אחד מהשני, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום בעולם, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, כשאנחנו מאמינים שהשונה הוא יפה, כשאנחנו מאמינים שכולנו משפחה אחת, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום בעולם, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום בעולם, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום בעולם, יהיה שלום, יהיה שלום.
On page 20, Hebrew side, last three lines, corresponding to the translit, the last three lines, page 20. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtachavu lahar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtachavu lahar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. On page 23, the first three stanzas on page 25, the last three stanzas of L'Charodi. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibur echad, hishmiyanu el am yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem ol tiferet v'litila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lekrat Shabbat lechuven elcha, ki mekor abracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sov maaseh b'machshavat tchila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Mikdash melech ir melucha, komitze mitoch afecha, rav lach shevet b'yemek habacha, v'hu yachmol alayechem la. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala. Page 25. V'hayolim shisa shosayich, v'rachaku kol mevalayich, yasis alayich Elohayich, kimsos chatan al kala. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Yamin o small tifrotzi, v'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yarish ben partzi, v'nismecha v'nagilat. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Bo'e v'shalom ateret balach, gam besimcha u'vetzohala, toch emunei am skula, bo'e chala, bo'e chala. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. Lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabelan. And we're seated. And in just a minute, we'll turn to the Psalm for Shabbat. But prior to that, we turn to a song sheet. There are 7 psalms during the evening service, and each one is considered representative not only of a day, but of a perspective of life, of time. And there's an ascendancy, you might say. And as we turn to Lechadodi and then Mizmor for Shabbat, the Psalm for Shabbat, we're climbing ever higher, and we're hoping to peak beyond the ordinary of this realm into the beyond, into the supernal, which is why we have this song here. And it's We're Heaven and Earth Touch. It's from Craig Taubman and another singer, Karen Glasser. It's not sure where, not sure how, maybe later, maybe now, Heaven and Earth Touch on the song sheet. We're approaching, hopefully, a touch between heaven and earth.
I'm not sure where, I'm not sure how. Maybe later, maybe now, but somewhere, heaven and earth touch. Perhaps it's only in a dream, never to be found or be seen, but somewhere, heaven and earth touch. I stop and look for miracles of better things to come. Perhaps I'm just too close to see the miracle is you and me. I want to believe in a better day. I want to believe. I want to believe. I want to believe in a better way. And I want to believe that heaven and earth touch someplace. In every laugh, in every tear, in every joy, in every fear, somewhere, heaven and earth touch. In every light of every day, in everything, in every way, somewhere, heaven and earth touch. We stop and look for miracles, for better things to come. Perhaps we are too close to see the miracle is you and me. I want to believe in a better day. I want to believe. I want to believe. I want to believe in a better way. And I want to believe heaven and earth touch someplace. We look, but do we see? We listen, but do we hear? We touch, but do we feel? The signs are there, they are real. We stop and look for miracles, of better things to come. Perhaps we are too close to see the miracle is you and me. I want to believe in a better day. I want to believe. I want to believe. I want to believe in a better way. I want to believe that heaven and earth touch someplace. That heaven and earth touch someplace. Heaven and earth touch someplace. Heaven and earth touch someplace. Heaven and earth touch someplace.
The end of the Psalm for Shabbat on page 28. In response to this, it's the last two stanzas. The righteous flourish like the date palm, The righteous thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. The righteous are planted in the house of Adonai. The righteous flourish in our God's courtyards. That's heaven. And how do we get there? With our conduct. The touch between heaven and earth is how you and I live our lives with tzedek, with justice and righteousness and loyalty and compassion and honor and nobility of purpose and action. Kedusha, sanctity. That's the touch between heaven and earth. And it's within your and my hearts and your and my hands every single day. We rise to Baruch Hu, page 39a. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amavorach. Baruch Amavorach Le'olam Voed. May be seated. The first bracha in English on 39a. Baruch Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. El Chai V'Kayam, Tamidim Lo Chalein Olam Voed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Arovim. And on page 40, a few moments of silence, the second bracha, the top paragraph on page 40. V'avotecha al tasir mimenu l'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayot hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha yom al lavavecha v'shinantam lavanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kishartam lo ta'al yadecha v'hayolet totafot b'ninecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'sharecha. A few moments of silence considering the passages on page 42. Adonai Elohechem emet. Michamocha, please, on page number 44. The first red arrow. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miryamu v'nei Yisrael lecha anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar Kodesh noratilot oseifelem malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokea yam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu va'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael. On page 45, normally we do the whole Hashkivenu, but today I have a reason for saying, let's start in the middle where it says some omit on Shabbat. I'm not quite sure why that's there because traditionally it's not omitted on Shabbat. So we're going to start there. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel. Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'yal kol amo Yisrael, v'yal Yerushalayim. Before we turn the page, look at the last little red arrow in the English, which we just prayed. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace. And now you know why we have the other song sheet. It's entitled Rabbi David Paskin's CD, entitled Hamakom, but it's the song near the bottom of the page. This is Gam Ki Elech. And if you look at the song sheet, the lower portion of the handout, you see Gam Ki Elech. It says from Psalm 23. And I think most Jewish people think of Psalm 23 as only associated with funerals and unveilings. And that's an error, because we could sing or say or recite or reflect upon Psalm 23 any day we wanted to. And especially, I'm drawing your attention to this phrase here. Look at the translit. It's pronounced 23:4. Gam ki elech begay salmavet lo ira ra ki ata imadi shiftecha umishantecha hema yenachamuni, which means, though I walk through the valley of the darkness, it really should be darkness, not shadow of death. Old translation, new translation. When I walk through dark times, I won't be afraid, because you are with me, and you, God, are handing me your own walking stick. If you and I were walking along holding God's walking stick, do you think we will fall or stumble? I think we are immune to stumbling and tripping. And God is loaning a walking staff, umishantacha, to anybody who wants, any point in time in her or his life. You don't have to worry about returning it. You don't ever have to know that somebody else is going to rely on the same stick, because God has an infinite supply of walking staffs. And I want us to think of this phrase as a reassurance in times that may seem dark or frightening. God has just handed us a walking stick, and God is right next to us. Gam ki elech. top of page 46. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam barit olam ya'erai b'nei uven b'nei Yisrael oti li'olam ki sheshet yamim asad Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz uvayom hashivi Shabbat vayinafash uvayom hashivi Shabbat vayinafash Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah K'rodei b'chayechon v'yom Echon uv'chayei dachol Beit Yisrael Bagala U'bizman kariv v'imero Amen Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevarach L'olam l'yolmei olmaya Yid Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yinaseh v'yadar v'yitalal Shmei d'kudashah brechu Leila m'kabachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran b'alma v'imiru Amen. We're welcome now to rise. The Silent Amida, traditional text, page 47 to 52, or an opportunity for us to devise our own private silent prayer meditation. A few moments of silence, the Amida. You can make up your own prayer, your own thoughts. You can just be quiet, or you can think about something. I have a question for you. When I was a child, I grew up in Newington, Connecticut. Newington is this big, about 20 or 30 minutes away from West Hartford, and there were people in West Hartford who didn't know where Newington was. It's that small, about 20,000 people. Small conservative synagogue, across town, a small Reform temple. And when I moved to Mobile, maybe it was a few months, maybe a year, all of a sudden a light bulb went off, and I said, now I know why I feel so much at home. Because in a way, Mobile's much bigger, but the configuration, the demographics are very similar. We lived one long block and then a little rise away from the shul. Less than half a mile, could have been less than a third of a mile. And yes, we walked to shul on Shabbos. And there were times when, depending upon circumstance, if there was June congregation or not, we went with Dad or without Dad, my sister and I. Sometimes on Sunday school days, we'd walk to Sunday school. And it was up a hill, but not a big hill, I admit it. And then the rise was a little steep. And there were occasions when we walked in the snow, but it wasn't miles uphill both ways. I'm not going to say that. And there were times when it was raining. If it was bad, we got a ride, or maybe, sure, we didn't always go. Summer times we went, so we schwitzed. Okay, not a big deal. And it's because of those experiences as a child, from age 10 to age 16, really, that I grew an attachment to walking to shul on Shabbos, to walking to shul on Yom Tovim, Jewish holidays. I ride in the car all the time, and driving and riding in the car is ordinary. It's regular. And I don't want my attachments to shul and to Shabbos and to Yontif to be ordinary or regular or routine. I want my connections to Shabbos and to shul and to Yontif to be extra, to be special. And when I come to shul on Shabbos, since I'm not driving, I don't have my wallet. Why? Because my wallet has credit cards and sometimes money, sometimes not. But my wallet is associated with business, with purchasing power. And Jewish tradition says no connections to business and work on Shabbos and Yom Tov for obvious reasons. So I don't have a wallet with me when I come to shul on Shabbos. And not pun intended, but just weird comment. You couldn't pay me to carry a wallet on Shabbos. Won't happen. And I share this with you because I like to chuckle with you, but I also want to tell you a story from the Mishnah, which is 2,000 years old. You need to learn about two rabbis. Rabbi Gamliel, who was the Rosh, the head of the Sanhedrin. And in a way, he was kind of like the Speaker of the House and also kind of like the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court rolled into one, Gamliel. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the Speaker of the House rolled into one. And he was in charge of all manner of details. And then there was Rabbi Yehoshua. In English, you would say Joshua. We're going to say Yehoshua because it's a Hebrew text. Rabbi Yehoshua, he was a math whiz. You want him on your math team when you have the math competitions. And Rabbi Yehoshua, the math whiz, had calculated the calendar, and he knew when Yom Kippur was coming. And he said, I'm not going to do anything except do my observance on Yom Kippur. But there's a wrinkle. Because Rabbi Yehoshua was a math whiz, but he was just one of the rabbis. Rabbi Gamliel, the head of everything, also had a calendar. And he knew when Yom Kippur was coming. And he sent a message to the math whiz, Rabbi Yehoshua, and said, I need you to come visit me and bring your wallet and your walking staff on the day that you think is Yom Kippur and come meet me for an appointment. And Rabbi Yehoshua, the math whiz, is in a quandary. He's not going to carry his wallet on Yontif he's not going to carry his walking staff on Yom Kippur going on a trip, because if Rabbi Yeshua wants, he's going to be in Shul on Yom Kippur. And he doesn't know what to do. He's getting very upset. And he meets Rabbi Akiva, and he's upset and distressed. All this is in the Mishnah 2,000 years ago. And he says, Rabbi Gamliel wants me to come carry my wallet and walking staff and go see him on the day that I think is Yom Kippur. What do? I can't do that. Rabbi Akiva listens, and then he says, there's something bigger here at work than what you want in terms of your observance of Yom Kippur. It's being part of a community. And what is really going on is, do you have the perspective of understanding what Rabbi Gamliel is trying to accomplish? And so Rabbi Yoshua, the math whiz, grinned, and I don't know if he bored or not, but he got dressed, he got his walking staff and his wallet, and he journeyed to visit Rabbi Gamliel, the head of everything, on the day that he, Rabbi Yoshua, really believed was Yom Kippur. And Rabbi Gamliel greeted him and said, thank you for being here. Not only are you my student, but you're also my teacher. You're my student because you paid attention to me, but you're my teacher because you're willing to grant me the perspective that we all need to have. What's really going on is, you couldn't have two competing calendars at the same time in ancient Israel, where some people said, this is Yom Kippur, and some people said, this is Yom Kippur. I'm going to follow Rabbi Yoshua, the mathwist. No, I'm going to follow Rabbi Gamliel, the head of the Sanhedrin. You had to be able to have clarity for everybody to live their lives. But that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is how these two rabbis, two very important religious, communal, national leaders, disagreed with each other vehemently. This is Yom Kippur, for goodness sake. We're not talking about, is it 5:30 or 5:40 for Friday night candlelighting in one day? This is Yom Kippur. And they vehemently disagreed with each other, and that they were willing to understand they had to come to some understanding of working together, and one swallowed his own perspective for the sake of communal coherence, for the sake of the community to live and work together, for the sake of people out there to function. And I mention this because the past few days, the past few weeks, the past few months, it seems like way too long, the past, I'm not sure how many recent years, there have been too many people in our beloved United States of America who are shouting and screaming at each other and not able to listen to someone else with an alternate opinion. And we as Jews hold a sacred 2,000-year-old tradition and say, we have to figure out a way that one person is able to and inclined to and willing to listen to somebody else with a very important oppositional perspective. And can we learn to live side by side with one another without shouting, without being aggressive, without being hostile, without shooting each other, for goodness sake? How do we, as a community, learn to be willing to settle our differences, not necessarily saying we're always going to agree, but be willing to live side by side in our own beloved land? And when I think about Rabbi Yoshua, who was as obstinate as I would be, if you told me I had to carry a wallet on Shabbos, I'd say, no way. But can I understand what it means to live with and next to and side by side somebody who has a different point of view, and then perhaps be willing to anticipate the importance of coming to some kind of a shared perspective? We Jews figured this out. 2,000 years ago. And that's a message that you and I individually in our own lives can in some way incorporate into our daily experience. And who knows, if you remember the story, you might be able to share it with somebody else. Good Shabbos. We rise now the Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula leotzer breishit shelo asanik goyei aratzot velo samanu kimishpachot adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch shehu notes shamayim v'yosei haaretz umoshav yekaro b'shamayim mimal u'shchinatu zo begovei miramim hu Eloheinu enod emet malkeinu efezulato kakatu b'torato v'yodata yom v'shevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mimal v'al haaretz mitachot enod. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam v'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad. And now Kaddish Tom on page number 58, for which remain standing. On this Shabbat we remember with great love Peter Strensky, Rosalie Rosenthal, Samuel Sass, Belle Goutel, Harry Schreibman, Jacob Zuckerman, Abraham Stein, Aaron Jaffa, Sanford Polanski, Jacob Koffler, Bertha Platka, Martin Dreyfus, Bruce David Lubell, Michael Zeldis. Are there any other names to mention this evening? We're remembering all our loved ones who were stolen from us by the wicked ones on October 7th. Perhaps those at home joining in also have a name to share. Florence Gruber. And the victims of 9/11. So Kaddish on page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbo Amen. Be'olama divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chaye echon u'v'yom echon u'v'chaye dachol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'v'zaman kariv v'miru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach La'olam L'olmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Dekudusha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran Ba'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. And we are seated. We'll conclude tonight with something a little bit different. There's another song sheet here. And allow me to explain what the song is. It's a modern, we call it Israeli contemporary song. It came forth maybe 15 years ago. It's called Yachad. And just look at the bottommost section. If your Hebrew's a little rusty, this is a transliteration of the chorus. It's a very catchy piece. If you want to look at I'll just wait till people have the note in front of them. So looking at the chorus, it's Yachad, which means together. Yachad is together. Lev el lev means heart to heart. Yachad lev el lev, together, heart to heart. Niftach v'nireh, we'll open our hearts, v'nireh, and we will see the light Shabbat Shamayim, Ta'or Shabbat Shamayim, the light that is in heaven. Yachad, together, lev el lev, heart to heart, niftach, we'll open, but tikva, you should know the word tikva. What's tikva? What's hatikva? Hope. Tikva is hope. Yachad lev el lev, together, heart to heart, we will open with hope for love. That's the chorus, and the translation is before you. And here's the wording. Again, this is a very popular song, and we need to teach about being yachad, about being together. We need to bring our hearts together and our love. Yachad.
יחד, לב אל לב, נפתח ונראה את האור שבשמיים. יחד, לב אל לב, נפתח בתקווה לאהבה, איך שהלב נפתח, חולק את העולם. שיר לאהבה עם רוח כל אפשר, זה לא מאוחר, השחר כבר עלה, זמן לאהבה. שבשמיים יחד, לב אל לב, נפתח בתקווה לאהבה, ורק אם נאמין ובלי שום דאווין בדרך העולם, שיר לאהבה. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. יחד, לב אל לב, נפתח ונראה את האור שבשמיים.
Shabbat Shalom. To all of you joining in, we love you. May God bless you. You're important to our lives. Please, if you can, just come on back just for us to see each other. Till that point in time, we're sending you our love and our embraces. May God bless you. Good Shabbat.